There we go. I got him.
Hey, all right, good afternoon, everyone. Let's get this Committee on Development and Planning started. Let the record reflect all committee members are present. And with that, I would take the minutes from the November 12th meeting.
I would move minutes as written.
Okay, we have a proper motion in place. All those in favor, please state by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. And with that, we are to public comment on agenda items. Is there anybody here to speak from the public? You have up to 3 minutes. I'm not seeing anybody here. What about online? Anybody online?
Online.
All right, then we will move on down to our discussion action items. E, resolution, appointment of Selena Mate, at-large member of the Historic District Commission, term to expire June 30th, 2027. So what we'll do is we'll open it up, let you speak about yourself, why you're interested in serving on this board, and then we'll open it up to the committee for questions.
My name is Selena Mate. I have been in Lansing my whole life, born and raised, and left for a minute for some schooling and came back recently and realized that I really wanted to get involved in my local government and use some of my passions for like history and getting involved in, policy and all of that and contribute to my community. And so that's why I'm here, hoping to learn a lot from you guys, hoping to know how, things go, how things get approved and all of that. And hopefully, make some good changes in Lansing along the way. That's why I'm here.
Great. Well, I appreciate your willingness to serve, to be a part of our community, to come back to our community. So thank you. Welcome back. I guess my typical question for people that are applying for boards is, once you get your feet under you and you learn a little bit about the board, would you be willing to attend any of the ward constituent contact meetings and share what you guys are doing from your board?
Of course, yeah. I am in Ward 4, and so I hope to be able to do that and help represent my portion of the community.
Great. All right. Very much appreciated. Any members?
I just asked the typical question, which is, if you're chosen to be on this board, do you have the time, the commitment to do this?
I do.
And then the other part is, how do you see your role on the Historic District Commission? Do you see it as people bringing you properties that should be restored, or do you have an idea in your head of some properties that when you jumped on the board, you would like to see get, pushed through to city council so we can create the study?
It's a really good question. I guess both. I think that that's what the board is, for. I think seeing what community members are seeing, but then also contributing our own thoughts and bringing our thoughts to the meeting and hoping to revive Lansing. I think that's all of our goal, right? I've lived in some larger cities through schooling and just, I lived in Chicago for a short bit. And I think that preserving the historical aspect of the city can revive it, bring it to the future in a way. And so I think, I would say both. Hearing public and then also bringing my own thoughts.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to vote yes on you, and I look forward to the work you do. They should have a list in that department of 10 or 15 buildings I've already sent.
Nice.
I know they're working through them. So that's all I've got.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Andy. Laser beams.
Be on the lookout for them.
And I just appreciate your willingness. Application's well done. Love that your first choice of board to serve on is actually the Historic District Commission. Love when a fellow history grad has some pathway to actually hopefully leverage some of their experience, some of their credentials. So this is fantastic. Really appreciate you. And with that being said, I will move the resolution.
Okay, we have a proper motion in place. All those in favor, please state by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. And then this will come to council on the 8th, December 8th. Will you be available to get sworn in that day? Okay, well, perfect. So if anything changes, please contact Gary. And if it does, you're able to get sworn in if it gets approved, I'm sure it will, the earliest of following day, the night.
You want to get sworn in the December 8th.
Yeah, and feel free to bring family members or whoever with you.
Yep, it's in the council chambers at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Yep, so they'll call you down to the well and they'll do the formal swearing in. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Selena. Appreciate it. It's Mate?
Latte, yes.
I wanna
Latte
make
like
sure.
latte.
Perfect.
Remember,
All right,
coffee.
thank you. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, moving down, the resolution C, Act 5, acquisition of property 600 block of West Fairfield Avenue for incorporation to Jones Lake Park. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Afternoon.
So just real quick, I seen that this property was only receiving $108 to $130 a year in property taxes, and it was almost because it was a wetland or marshy or,
I can't speak from assessing, but yeah, I would imagine because it's pretty much undevelopable because it's a wetland.
all right.
Dirt road to it. So yeah, very, very low.
Okay, well, I guess the floor is yours. You guys want to tell us about how we came to this point and
I'll just briefly explain, and then we have also Parks to talk about any specific questions. This was a request by the actual landowner to donate the property to the city of Lansing, and it makes the most sense to incorporate it into Jones Lake Park, which surrounds it on the north and east sides. As you just stated, that it is a wetland. There's an exhibit on the packet that shows the area. We didn't really get any background information from the applicant, so I can't really speak on the history. But looking at historic aerials, that it has been vacant since 1955 at least. Yeah, I don't really have many more comments. We supported the recommendation to approve it. So did Planning Commission on a 7-0 vote.
all right. Now, is there any plan with acquiring that property to do anything with it? Okay. All right. Is there any like remediation of that property that needs to be done?
So we did ask, did a phase 1 environmental, which is basically look back through some history, ask the property owner if they know of any contamination at the site. Again, our property is immediately adjacent to that. Nothing was found in it. It is on the National Wetlands Inventory. So, yeah.
Good deal. Committee members?
So moving forward, there's not an annual cost that the city will incur in terms of.
I mean, it's not mowable. We don't plan on putting any amenities on it. You know, most of that, there may be a little bit to the east side, some drier land, but pretty much you are looking at all cattails.
Mhm.
We are buying swampland. And I say buying, we are receiving.
Sellers they're paying the closing costs.
There, yep, we have, well, they are donating the property. We're looking at closing costs with them upon approval and what that would be here. So what do we have in the resolution?
It says they'll.
And there you go.
All right. You got anything further from committee? For motion then?
I would move the resolution pertaining to Act 5, 2025.
We have a proper motion in place. All those in favor, please state by saying aye.
Aye.
Great, motion passes, and that will go to council on the 8th. Will you guys be there for that? You guys plan on being there for that? One of you guys? No?
I can't be.
I mean, just in case there's any other questions. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry, in my opinion, but okay.
Did you really ask Brett if he wanted to be to a council meeting?
He usually shows up, all happy and, suited up.
Who are you looking at?
Exactly. All right, perfect. Okay, we'll move down to resolution D. Enough fun and games. Act 6, 2025, purchase of property at 5400 block South Waverly Road to extend South Lansing Pathway. Correct.
I guess I'll turn it over to Andy and then fill in anything that's.
The request to purchase 35.2 acres of property using a state of Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund. That does require a 26% match from the city. The department plans to leave the area natural woodland except for a new motorized multi-use path to extend the South Lansing pathway to the east that ends at South Waverly Street. The path would also have extensions directly north to the 2 residential developments. I believe one's a trailer park and one's an apartment complex. This would save the city from having to purchase a license agreement from consumers to use their land that we throughout most of the south side for the south side connector. There's a long-term plan to talk with neighboring municipalities to also connect to Fine, Fulton, and Hunter's Ridge Park, which are city parks, but they're kind of disconnected where there's that weird, there's Delta Township, there's Windsor Township, and then there's Lansing. So we'd have to partner with those municipalities to close them. Could also, there's a long-term goal to connect to the Grand River and Anderson Park and Delta Township. Again, looking at historic aerials, this was actually farmland prior to 1980. And the trees that are on the property now have grown since that transition. So it's not an old growth woodlot. These are pretty new trees and probably scrub trees. But they would remain, because there's no plan to develop over that. Through agency referral, we came to realize that Keller Drain runs through the property. That's a Eaton County Drain Commissioner drain. So if we were gonna do any construction over that, even the pathway, we'd have to work out that discussion with them, but they didn't really have any concerns about the stated proposal of a multi-use path.
Okay.
And then, yeah, staff recommended approval as proposed, and planning commission also voted to recommend 7-0 for the goals of Parks and Rec.
Perfect. Okay, and I know this has been talked about for quite some time, extending the river trail. Obviously, we have some neighboring partners that we may end up having a more difficult time like Delta to make that all happen, but any questions from the committee regarding this?
I'm excited. So I would just say, I guess, to Brett, thank you for playing the long game, because eons ago, when I was on the park board, you're talking about this. It's a critical piece. I mean, obviously the goal is to at some point connect to Anderson, but this is important. And I think when we talk about walkability, when we talk about access to things, places, for those folks in that most southwest corner of the city, I think this is going to be huge. I think in addition to some of the things we're working with Andrew Kilpatrick on in terms of some sidewalks in that area as well. So I'm excited. Much needed.
The city's match is 117,000. And then everything else is from that grant.
Yeah, 75%, which includes closing costs and everything, is from the state of Michigan, and then the 26% are there is from the city.
Great.
So then we would also be coming back to you here shortly with next round of DNR grants for trail access in here. So basically from your map on page 9, I mean, we're gonna come across, like Andy said, coming across that consumers going right up into the property and then to connect to those two areas there. So
on the record, can we get a commitment that you will not retire until we're connected to Anderson?
no, you can't get that commitment.
Oh, man. All right. That was a good try.
Yeah.
All right. Any further questions or comments from committee? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
I would move, the resolution pertaining to Act 6, 2025, purchase of property for 5400 Block South Waverly Road.
Great. We have a proper motion in place. All those in favor, please state by saying aye.
Aye.
And that will go to the 12A. Perfect. Now, would any of you guys be there on 12A? Come on, Brett. Obviously you won't be there. All right. Mr. Feetawall will be there. I see who's committed.
Be on my birthday.
Have a good one. Okay, moving down, Resolution E, SLU 1/2025, special land use for 3011 Turner Street. State licensed adult foster care, small group home. This came to committee already. Went to council, had a public hearing on the 17th. Anything you guys would like to add?
I think this has been non-controversial. Nobody spoke.
Yep.
Excellent use. Very large home.
And it will be over by the state, right? The state will be
Yes,
looking, it's a state foster care.
state license, yes.
Perfect. Okay, any additional comments or questions? Okay, looking for a motion then.
I would move the resolution for the special land use for 3011 Turner Street.
Okay, we have a proper motion in place. All those in favor, please state by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. And then with that, we are down to Resolution F. This is introduction and setting a public hearing for Z1 2025 at 3310 West Mount Hope Avenue, rezoning from R1 Residential District to Multi-Family Residence District. Who is here to speak on that?
I am, we also have the applicant Andrew Aboud here with us. And yes, it's just to set the public hearing right now, but this property directly adjoins multiple family residential zoning to its west, and to its south. And so it's not a spot zone. It's a continuation of the zoning in there. It's a large parcel. To be exact, it's almost 2 acres. Yeah, it's because it's own single family, it can only be and is only being used as a single family home on this large tract of land. It's consistent with the master plan, it's consistent with the land use pattern, the zoning pattern, everything in the area. Staff is supportive of it. It's received a positive recommendation from the planning commission as well. I guess it's really, all it would be, well, I should say what it's, the reason for it is that the applicant would intend, if it's constructing multiple family residential building on his property, one building, remind 29 units. We did have a few comments at the public hearing at the planning commission level. I don't believe anybody really spoke in opposition to it. Mostly had questions about it and that type of thing. And so,
Can you clarify, are you talking about the actual commissioners, or are we talking about public participants? Public, okay. Thank you.
And what's the, excuse me, what's the multi-family unit just to the west of that called? Is that the river?
and it's our
Can't think of the name of that property.
condos.
Reserve Drive is.
North River Drive Estates,
And then there's a trailer park to the south.
across the street, right?
Yeah, across the street. Some other multiple family, just east of that. But there's a real hodgepodge of residential uses in this area, densities and types of residential use. Everything from single family, large lots to condominiums, trailer park, apartments, senior. There's just, everything's represented over here.
There's just one home that's vacant on it right now. Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, that's it. It's one single family home.
I imagine you plan on tearing that down and
I haven't been in it, but my real estate agent said she wouldn't go in it. It's not,
no, okay.
well, I think the people that owned it passed away. I don't think anybody's lived there for years. Pretty, some tents in the backyard.
Right, so this was supported unanimously from the planning commission with no opposition from the public, is what I heard, correct?
No, there were two area residents that came. I received a call from one person that lives in the complex, in the housing to the west there, who wanted to know how quickly they were gonna build these because she wants to move in.
Oh,
Once they do, but no, we had two people from the public and they just had questions. Nobody spoke in opposition.
but it was,
People were concerned about that, additional traffic in the area, but this is Westmont Home. This is not a local road. This is a road that's designed to carry a relatively high volume of traffic.
I imagine you would be putting a parking lot in there for the tenants and.
Fairness, the questions from the people at the public were not really associated with rezoning. It was more related to who was gonna rent, and what were the conditions, and what was their economic status, and would it be public assistance kind of things, which really wasn't, really is way ahead of the game.
Yeah, they just kind of wanted to know the unknown, right? Opposition.
They want to know who it's gonna be rented to. They didn't really have a problem with it being multifamily, And I spoke to the HOA president or whatever her title was. I spoke to her and, I explained to her we're gonna be good neighbors, and I live in the subdivision to the east along with my mom and my sister and my brother. I mean, it's not like this is my neighborhood. This is where I grew up. So we have no intention of not maintaining a nice property.
Do we have any additional comments or questions, committee?
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the proposed development. What are the unit types, what we're gonna get, just so you know, and then obviously the public hearing is not scheduled to the 12th, but those are questions that we're gonna get.
I think those are,
So if you,
I think
so,
those are legitimate questions.
yeah,
And the
is this too early
breakdown-
for you right now?
No, I think we do have something. I think the actual breakdown is mostly 1 and 2 bedroom units. And, that's right here on the application. Thank you. You guys know James Carter?
No, how you doing,
No,
sir?
I really didn't see them.
So it's 15 one bedroom and 14 two bedrooms. Or 29 total units.
Got it.
I don't think there's a,
You know ballpark price points at this point or no?
No.
Not sure.
I mean, no,
Is it all gonna be market rate?
it's not gonna be right now workforce housing as far as, as far as I'm concerned, but we haven't looked at financing yet.
All right. Good questions, Adam. Any additional questions or comments?
Not at this time.
All right.
Again, we're just moving to introduce a set of public hearings.
Set a public hearing.
So with that being said, I would move the resolution.
Okay, we have a proper motion in place. All those in favor, please state by saying aye.
Aye.
Right, motion passes. So that will be, we'll set it on the 18th for a hearing on the 12th. I'm sorry, the 8th. The hearing will be on January 12th. Will you guys be able to be here for that hearing for full council?
Something in December then?
Per the Michigan Zoning Enabling Act, you have to have a 15 days notice before the hearing. And being the fact that council only meets on the 12th, on the 8th, and then the following Monday, there's not enough time. So their next meeting would be January 12th.
That's fine. I just want to make sure. we're not in December. Okay, great. Am I good to go then?
You are, sir. Thank you.
See you guys.
All right, take care. Happy holidays. All right,
Thank you.
moving down to resolution G, introduction and setting a public hearing of Z3 2025 117 Island Avenue, rezoning from R3 residential to MXC mixed use urban corridor.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. There's a small lot shown on the aerial photo here. It's directly behind 1400 South Washington Avenue. And it's zone residential. That whole area is along Island and north of this property and along Rio Road. So this property is like nestled between this industrial property and a couple residential properties to the west there. The property owner who's primarily impacted by this, the one that, if you're looking at the aerial, one that at 121 Island, I mean, right directly behind that, came to the planning commission meeting and spoke in enthusiastic support of this. He wants to see it. Apparently, and I think he is affiliated with the Neighborhood Watch or the Neighborhood Association in this area, if I remember correctly. But he's been long concerned about this property. It's been vacant, but it's been the subject of a lot of I want to say illegal activity and loitering and other issues with it. So he's very excited to see it being cleaned up. And it will be combined with the property to the east there, the industrial property. It is to provide a little parking. It's a small lot, so we're not going to get a lot of extra parking there, but they'll get some. This business is growing. They have a need for the extra parking to accommodate the additional employees that they're hiring. And it allows them to be successful, long-term at this location. The alternative would be to flood the neighborhood here with on-street parking.
And what is the business that's,
It's medical marijuana grow facility.
okay,
We have the applicant here, or the applicant's representative.
Hi, hello, I'm Shelley Easton. I work for Blue Fox Brands. We're actually, Camden's processing facility. So we don't have customers. We don't have people coming up to the facility. I just have about 80 employees, which are, we keep growing every day and we're just struggling for room. There's no off-street parking. The lovely people across the street at the church are real strict for their parking. So sometimes when they get a funeral, that funeral actually parks in our parking lot. So it's just a big hassle.
so and this will just create
It
additional
would
parking for your employees.
Correct, yes. In regards to what she was saying, I actually did contact, or the neighbor contacted me, and I guess there was a propane tank that exploded behind his house and between our property. I wasn't aware of that, but I guess that was one of the big changes he wanted to see. And we've been good neighbors to everybody. We're very transparent, open to communication with everybody in the neighborhood.
So this is just a grass lot right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been like that for 35 years.
Well,
That's where they used to milk or do the QD.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
the old bottling plant. And that's actually store one right there. Their first store.
any additional questions or comments?
Yeah,
No, I'm-
so surfaces asphalt. Right. In terms of the actual, is there fencing, screening? I mean,
There's gonna be fencing, yes. Per the CRA, we are required to have fencing around.
Awesome. Okay. Well, this will be, we'll set the public hearing for, on the 8th. Hearing will be for the 12th as well.
I'm just curious, did Priscilla Holmes weigh in on this at all?
We have not heard from her. No.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Hear from her.
Yeah.
It's the little chunk of the first ward that is still mine.
Is that right? Okay. You'll be hearing.
any contemplation of like lot lights? Or no?
I have talked to the neighborhood about that, and I'm in talk with my boss, the owner, about making sure that it's not directly pointed at the neighborhood.
There's no other questions. I'll move the resolution.
Okay, we have proper motion in place. All those in favor, please state by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Perfect. And then, Sue, are you guys able to be here on the 12th? When we have our public hearing?
Yes, I'll be here.
Actually, Deb, do you want us here on the 8th?
No, when we just said it, no need to.
All right, so no need to come on the 8th, but when we have,
Hearing, yep.
right, yes, well, I'll definitely.
12th. Great. All right, thank you, guys. All right, with no further business on the agenda, we are adjourned at 3:56.
So my